If you're gonna eat, might as well taste good. Hey, sorry I haven't made a video in a while, but I had a little bit of a medical emergency. One of the things that resulted in that is I need to start eating healthier, so here we are. One of the things I love are buffalo chicken tenders or ranch chicken tenders, whatever. I like wings, that sort of thing. And you want to eat those, but you don't want to eat any of the breading. I'm a diabetic, so I want to keep the carb count low. Also lose a little bit of weight. So how do you do that? Well, I started searching around. I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to do it two different ways. We're going to do a buffalo style and we're going to do a ranch style. And we're going to do them in two different kinds of air fryers. We're going to use my old air fryer right back here. And then I also got a brand new griddle that has air fryers built into it. The new Blackstone style. So we're going to do some of them in there, and then we're going to set some back here. The ranch ones will be for my wife, and the buffalo ones will be for me. So how do we do this? Well, let me show you. First things first, want to crack a couple of eggs. This is a rocket science. We're making a dredge. I'm not the first person to make a dredge. I'm sure I'm not going to be the last. Whisk it up. If you have a whisk, good for you. I use a fork. My wife, ever the organized person she is, took some barbecue pork rinds and ran them through a blender for me. Now, I normally just crush them in a bag, but this way does seem to work better. So, the first ones we're going to do are the pork tenders. We're going to do the pork rinds, and we're going to do the ranch style. So, we're going to do a third cup, because you don't want to use any more than you have to. And I've noticed that a half cup just is a little too much for just 4 tenders. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 4 tenders one flavor, 4 tenders another. And the other half is the cheapest Parmesan you can find. Take it, dump that in there. Then take a fork and you get all these clumps out. And you whisk it together. Now the reason for this is you want it blended up really good, but you also want to take time to bust up those clumps of the Parmesan or any of the pork rind clumps you see. You want it to be a nice powdery mix. When you do it like this, you'll wind up with something that looks very close to breading. It looks very close to breading. So now, my wife likes ranch. She likes ranch a lot. I also like ranch, but I like buffalo better. So we're going to do them both. Now you just put it in about a half a pack. And it's very much a trial and error thing. So once you get it in, you want to stir it up again. Grab a tender, dredge it, drop it in there, and you want to get it coated really good. Alright, one, done. Alright, now to wash the hands. And they weren't quite hot enough last time. So I'll put a little bit more in there. Looks like we've got enough for another batch. One more. Whew, you can smell that. right back to dredging. Make sure they get nice and covered. We've got a air fryer in here that we're going to use. We're going to cook it at about 375. Out there we've got the same thing going. So here's the rack we're going to use in here. And then we've got a basket that we use outdoors. In both cases, we are going to add a little bit of cooking oil. So give me just a moment. So that was olive oil I put on there. This is olive oil in here. If you like this little spray bottle I've got here, I'll put a link in the description below. It may not be when I first put it up there, but I'll get a link in there in the next few days. All right, and now to make sure they crisp up good, you give them a little spray. There you go. I'm only doing that for 5 minutes. I've got it in there at 375. I've only done it for 5 minutes because I want to give it a look-see and see if I can need to turn them over at the 5-minute mark. Now, putting the, I've only used this air fryer 4 or 5 times. So this one I'm still learning. Like that one I know where the hot spots are in the cooking chamber, but this one I don't really know. So I've got it set for around 350 to 375. It's outside. I'm going to go put them in, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to spray them before we go, so they'll crisp up and be ready to go. So we've been going 5 minutes at 375. So now I want to take a look and see what we got. So it's obvious that it's starting to brown up a little bit, but they're not done just yet. I would imagine they're probably about 100. Oh, they're further along than I thought they'd be. I thought they'd be about 100. They're about 120. And so what we're going to do is just turn them over so both sides have a chance to get crispy. All right. Put it right back in there. All right, give it 5 more minutes, even though I don't think it'll take that long. I think we're going to be interrupting this at about well, let's give it 3 minutes. All right, now let's go check the other ones outside. So this is my Blackstone griddle, and if you can see here, it is got an air fryer in it, and it is kicking right along. One of the cool things about the Blackstone is it's got its built-in work surface, someplace where you can go and look at stuff. Oh, look at these. These are coming along very nicely. They don't need but maybe 3 or 4 more minutes. And just like the others, we're going to give them a little turn. Alright, put it back in there, and in the next 2 to 3 minutes we're going to be done. So back to the others now. Alrighty, pull this out. Once again, get myself yet one more pot handle here. Let's take a look. 160. 166, 66, 170. These are done. Look at that. Very nice. I'm going to put these to the side. I'm going to put this in the sink. This is 160, 165, 62. It's just 174. So kill that. Drop that right back in here for just a minute. see if you can see how good these look. We'll try just a little bit of the ranch one because it's for my wife. So, you know, I'm doing this at my own risk, right? So, I've already showed you a picture of these things. The breading looks normal. It looks like a normal flour, cornmeal, whatever breading. There's nothing wrong with the breading at all. The flavor, the ranch came through perfectly, exactly what you want in a chicken tender. So now I'm going to take a little bite of the buffalo. I put a little extra buffalo in there this time just to see if we can add a little more spice. I don't love spice, but I like it. I like to taste it, right? That's buffalo chicken tender. Nothing special about it. There's nothing crazy about it. This is a 15-minute meal where you could make yourself some buffalo tenders. Woo! It's got a little kick on the backside. Make some buffalo tenders, you get the crunch you want, you got the carbs of 0. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for 0 carbs and still have that flavor profile you want and have that crunch and bite and have it look like a chicken tender. You don't feel like you're missing out on anything. So, give this one a try. If you like what you're doing here, gonna do a little bit more healthy stuff. Hit that like button. Make sure and hit the subscribe button wherever it's at. And until next time, I hope to see you in the next few weeks. You have a good day.